Everybody, I'm Tasha with the Major Change Group, and today we're going to be talking about should you apply for that credit card and what are some reasons that you would apply. So, I'm going to give you about 5 reasons that I look at applying for credit cards, and this could be for the American Express Gold Card. Y'all already know I'm still kind of on the fence, but we'll talk about it a little bit more. The Chase Sapphire Preferred Card, a Navy Federal card, it could be any card. But we're going to take a look at this question or comment that I got. And this is the reason that I'm kind of wanting to do a video on this. So I recently got this comment stating, I just got the American Express Gold Card and checking my spending limit is $20,000. Not sure if I really need this credit card or if it's much benefit to me. Thinking about canceling it before I start spending. And I was just like, whoa, okay. Now, when I responded back, I stated most definitely for year one, I think that the American Express Gold Card is a great card. But after I commented, I really started thinking about this a little bit more. So that's why I want to get into it. Now, I know that they have been talking about some changes and possibly, do you think that the American Express Gold Card annual fee is going to be going up because it's already $250? And I'm just like, y'all, $250, that is really over and beyond what I want to pay for annual fee. I would say for myself, when I'm looking at a credit card, probably the first thing that I'm going to be looking at is what is the bonus reward. So for instance, with the American Express Gold Card, I was able to get the 90,000 membership reward points. So that was really good. So that's really why I went ahead and applied for that one, even though I didn't like the $250 annual fee. But even when I applied for the Chase Sapphire Preferred Card, I was able to get the 100,000 bonus points. And so that was good. So I feel like usually I'm able to get the credit cards when they got the high rewards. Even when I got the Chase IHG Premier credit card, that one had 160,000 bonus points. So I really be getting it when they have the high points. So that's going to be my number one thing when I'm taking a look. So let me know in the comments, how do the bonus points, how does that really, is that going to be the main thing that you're looking at? And so the second thing that I'm going to be looking at is going to be, what is the minimum spend? So let's take a look at this. Right now, the American Express Gold Card has 60,000 membership reward points. So for me, that's kind of low. But y'all, I was looking at this and it has, after you spend $6,000 within the first 6 months. And I'm like, whoa, that is crazy. Because I'm like, a 6,000. And I was like, hold on. When I was pulling this up, I'm like, is this for the business card? But this is not for the business card. This is for the regular American Express Gold Card. And it has, you have to spend $6,000 within 6 months. So I was just like, no. Because I know when I got it, it was 4,000. So I could totally see why possibly somebody would not want to, maybe want to wait or something like that, because 6,000, because for me, I'm really going to have to take a look at my spend. Am I going to be purchasing like a trip, or am I going to be purchasing some big items to where it's going to be easy for me to be able to get the minimum spend? But 6,000, because I'm just like, I don't know about that. So I was like, wow, that is pretty high. I have done a few 4,000 minimum spend, but I'm not really too fond of doing it, but I have. So that's going to be very important for me. And then the next thing is going to be the annual fee. And so I'm usually one to want to have maybe like $100 annual fee and under. But see, like with the American Express Gold Card, it had the $250 annual fee. But since I was going to be getting the 90,000 membership reward points, plus, with the other points you were accumulate, I was just like, you know what? When I ran the numbers, I felt like for year one, it was going to work. So that's why I had went against my normal. I'm normally going to be 100 and under. But with this being a $250 annual fee, I just went ahead and did it. But let me know in the comments, do you care what the annual fee is? Or are you like me to where you prefer a lower annual fee? And another thing that I do look at, because really you have to pick a credit card that has your spend requirement. So let's say for the American Express Gold card, it has 4 times the points for restaurants and then 4 times the points for groceries. So, like for me, my high spend categories are always going to be dining. So dining is going to be my high spend. So I want to have 4 times the points for dining, groceries. And so that was very important to me. So I always want to look at my spending. So to see where am I at? Is there going to be dining, groceries, gas, travel? And then you have to pick credit cards that really cater to, gas, travel, whatever it is. Because say if it was like a high category for gas, then that's going to be low for me because I'm not really spending a lot on gas. And then especially for groceries, if it's going to have a high, let's say 4 times the points for groceries, then that's not going to be good for me. Because like, especially when I got the American Express everyday credit card, really that's a grocery card because you get, I want to say 3 times the points for groceries. But when I got that card, it had a really good bonus on it. So that's why I went ahead and applied. And plus, I wanted to get into the American Express ecosystem. And so when I had did the pre-qualify, I had got pre-qualified for that one, even though that's not the one that I wanted, plus the gold and the platinum. And I think it was another American Express, but I want to say it had $150 annual fee. And so, I was just like, I don't want no $150 annual fee. So I didn't apply. So that's why I had went ahead and got the American Express every day, even though it was a grocery card. But it doesn't have an annual fee on it. So if it did have an annual fee on it, then I would not get that card because groceries is not a high spend for me more so than dining. So dining, especially 4 times the points, that's where it's at. So taking a look at my spending, so you already know I'm going to say checking my budget and my spend for the month to see how much I'm going to spend in each category. And then I'm going to always check to see how many inquiries do I have. Right now I have about 4 inquiries on my credit report. And so it really just depends on where your credit score is. And right now, because the other day I had checked my Experian. And so my Experian credit score right now is about I want to say it was a 756. It could have been a 760. And so I was like pretty happy about that. And so technically, I don't know. I probably would still apply because 4 is not great, but still 4 is still kind of low. But really, you want to be 4 or under on the inquiry. So you'll have to let me know in the comments, how do your inquiries play a part in you applying? Now, it is also going to depend on which credit card that you're going to be getting, because let's say if it's going to be for the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, or even let's say you don't have any American Express credit cards, you really want to take a look and have a good strategy, because for the most part, especially with the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, if you have a lot of inquiries, they have the 5 and 24, then I would wait and then go ahead and apply for the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, because that's what happened to me. I guess it's been 2 years that I've had the Chase Sapphire Preferred card. So I think I was at 5 inquiries, and then I waited until I was under 4 for sure. And then I went ahead and applied. And then after that, I ended up, because I want to say that year I had got 3 credit cards, but first I got the Chase Sapphire Preferred card. And then after that, I had applied for 2 credit cards in one day. And so I had got the Navy Federal Cash Rewards and the American Express Everyday Credit Card. So you really have to strategize when you are applying for the credit card. So it's very important to pull your credit report so that you can see how many inquiries that you have. And technically, I really should have said pull your credit report, even before you actually apply for a credit card, because you really want to check to see what is your credit score, especially depending on what credit card that you're going to be getting. Because let's say if it's for the Chase Sapphire Preferred credit card or the American Express Gold card, you really want to have a 700 and above. Because I know when I had applied for the Chase Sapphire Preferred credit card, I want to say at that time, maybe I was just a little bit over a 700 possibly. So I waited until I had increased my credit score so that I can have a higher percentage of odds of getting approved for that credit card. So pulling our credit report is going to be very, very, very important before we even apply. So I really should have said that first. And so pulling our credit report to see what is our credit utilization, because you know how for some credit cards, especially I would say the American Express Gold card and the Chase Sapphire Preferred, I feel like if you have high utilization, then one, you might not really get approved for those high credit limits. And so I like to get approved for the high credit limits. And so that's going to be very important. So you want to be 30% or lower, but I would say 10% or lower. That's going to be really good. And I'm trying to think what else. I think those are the main ones, but y'all have to let me know, did I miss any very important reasons or things that you should look for before you apply for a credit card? But I would say overall, I think the main thing is because, like sometimes I really just apply for a credit card because I want to apply for a credit card, but you have to figure out what strategy, because, some people just want one credit card, but then some people like to have a lot of credit cards, and it's going to depend. Are you credit card churning? And so if you are credit card churning, you really have to have a strategy for when you're doing that. And I'm going to be working on a video coming up pretty soon to talk about, for this year, how many points did I use for travel? Because I feel like I was really able to use quite a bit of points for travel this year. And so we're going to talk about it. And so that's what it is for me, like even with cash back. And so that's going to be a big one too, because it's just like, is the credit card going to be cash back? Is it going to be for hotels? Is it going to be for travel? And see, I'm more so for travel. I prefer my points for travel. And even if it is a cashback credit card, I'll just save the cashback and then apply it for travel. And so, but it really depends on what's important for you, because what's important for me might not be important for you. So maybe you want cash back so that you can pull the cash back and use it for gift cards. Even you might want to use it for purchasing things, because especially since the end of the year is coming, maybe you don't want to use your money to buy a whole lot of gifts and stuff. So maybe you can use your cash back or your points for gift cards or things like that. But I know a lot of times people say to use your points or your cash back for travel. But if that's not what you like to do and you want to use your points or your cash back for gift cards or shopping, because since Christmas is right around the corner, then do that. Like if you want to use the credit card our year and then at the end of the year use it for that, then do that. You see what I'm saying? So you have to get the most benefit for you and see, why do you want to apply for this credit card? So let me know in the comments, what are your reasons of why you want to apply for a credit card? And let me know, how many credit cards have you applied for this year? I have actually only applied for one credit card this year, I believe, and that was for the American Express Gold card. So I'm going to be taking a look to see if there are any credit cards that I want to apply for. But I think if I do, it'll probably be for either a flight or hotel credit card. And so I'll probably go from there. But let me know what you think in the comments. I hope that you found this video helpful. Please like, subscribe, share with a friend, and turn your notification bell on so you'll be notified when new content drops. I thank you so much for watching. Until next time. It's not a game.